Well, today's part 2 of the review of CVLIFE optics. I'm Dustin and you're watching Guns of the West. Well, we'll start with the CVLIFE hunting rifle scope in the 6-24 power by 50mm objective lens. And I've got another phone here in a side shot mount, so you'll be able to see a recording as I'm seeing through the scope. So let's go ahead and get it zeroed and then we'll do a tracking test. I interrupt this video for a moment because of wind. You actually won't see the scope cam footage of me zeroing the scope because it took a long time to do it. The wind was really picking up in the desert out there. It was affecting the audio, the target was swinging, and we ended up zeroing the scope by aiming at little fragments of clay pigeons and bits of garbage people had left around. Now, let's get back to the video. Alright, well I've got the scope zeroed in, challenging though it was in this windstorm. But you can see it hitting targets on the hillside. It seems to be hitting them right on now. I don't generally like it when people leave litter, but when I need something for a reference point, it works well. Well, let's try a little experiment now and see how it holds zero. I'm going to take the scope, because when you're driving down the road to go shooting or hunting, it might get just a little bit jostled around in the back of a pickup truck, even so it should be in a case. Let us give it a few little bumps, and let's see if it's still zeroed. Well, obviously the scope is still zeroed very well. You can see I was able to pick off those little fragments of clay pigeons very well with it. But let's try a tracking test. The way I do that is I'm going to turn the elevation turret 3 full revolutions up and then 3 full revolutions back down. If the scope tracks, it should still be right on, but let's see if it does. Well, there's the scope's one weakness. After adjusting the elevation turret 3 full revolutions up and then 3 full revolutions back down, it did not return to its zero. You'll notice it was shooting several inches high, so the scope does not track. Now, I don't consider that a deterrent from buying one of these CVLIFE scopes. It does hold its zero just fine. All the CVLIFE scopes I've ever purchased do. They just don't track well enough to dial for your shots, so you're going to be using holdover techniques instead of dialing. Now, let's take a look at the red dot scope that I showed in the part 1 of this video. I'll take some shots to get it zeroed in, but what I really want to see is if there are any parallax errors. After getting the scope zeroed, I'm going to move my cheek off the stock of the rifle and see if the red dot is still showing a true point of impact. Well, I have to say I'm pretty impressed. The distance I was shooting there was 25 yards. I got it zeroed, and then I moved my head over to check for parallax, and after shooting again, you can see by this target, I am hitting now just a little left of center, but only by about ½ an inch, and on an optic this inexpensive, I would have expected more error than that. So this is actually pretty great for the price point. I really hope you enjoyed seeing these demonstrations of these very inexpensive Amazon available CVLIFE optics. I'm impressed with them. I always have been impressed with CVLIFE products. Please don't forget to click that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos. And if you look in the description, you'll see where to find me on social media and where to find great Guns of the West products. Thank you so much for watching.